This is LGBT. Let's get back to talking. I'm Nico. Around here, we tell stories about queer lives, the ones that ended in headlines or never made it that far. Some were victims, some were villains, most were complicated. So pour a drink, take a breath. Let's get back to talking. It started with what looked like the flu: nausea, fatigue, a little fever. But within days, Raymond Reed could barely move. His body was shutting down, one organ after another. Doctors were baffled. They'd never seen anything like it. When they ran one final test, the result wasn't illness. It was arsenic, enough to kill a dozen men. And by his bedside, holding his hand, was Blanche Taylor Moore, the woman who had been poisoning him, slowly, spoonful by spoonful. This is The Poisoned Heart: The Crimes of Blanche Taylor Moore. Blanche was born in 1933 in rural North Carolina. Her father, alcoholic, violent, unpredictable. Her mother survived by staying quiet, a skill Blanche learned early on. She grew up poor, but she learned charm opens doors money could never, and she used that smile like a key. To neighbors, she was devout, church-going, casserole baking, sugary sweets. But beneath that layer of frosting was calculation. Blanche wanted control, and she learned how to get it. Her marriage to James Taylor looked normal from the outside. 2 kids, a modest home, a loyal husband. But money was tight, and Blanche had expensive taste. Then in 1937, James fell violently ill. Vomiting, numbness, hair loss. Doctors blamed Guillain-Barré syndrome. I hope I pronounced that right. I have never seen that word before. I'm sorry. He died in April. No one questioned it. Blanche was the grieving widow. After James' death, Blanche moved on quickly. Soon she was dating Raymond Reed, a Kroger manager who adored her. She smiled through church services, baked in pies, played the perfect Southern belle. But Raymond started getting sick. Surprise, surprise. Stomach pain, tremors, weight loss. Sounds familiar. Always after meals, Blanche prepared. Suspicious. Doctors ran tests for everything except the right thing. Meanwhile, Blanche never left his bedside. When he died in 1986, they called it a heart attack. Case closed. Then came Dwight Moore, a Baptist minister, gentle, hopeful, looking for love again. Blanche became his blessing, until he got sick too. Again, surprise, surprise. By the time he was hospitalized in 1989, his organs were failing. A sharp-eyed doctor ordered an arsenic test. Dwight's blood had 10 times the lethal dose. Arsenic isn't common in modern America. It's old school, Victorian widow murder mystery energy. Think of Aqua Tofana. Go look up Bailey Sarian's Aqua Tofana episode. So when the lab saw those results, they called the police immediately. Detectives looked at Blanche's life, and the pattern snapped into place. Dwight wasn't her first victim. He was just the first to survive long enough to be tested. Police exhumed Raymond Reed. Arsenic saturated his tissues. Off the charts. Then they exhumed James Taylor. Same thing. There was poison in his tissue, hair, and nails. Search warrants uncovered Eric's, rat poison in Blanche's home, the same brand linked to the deaths. Receipts, her handwriting, a trail she couldn't charm her way out of this time. When questioned, Blanche simply smiled, said she didn't understand why everyone she loved kept dying. Just coincidence. But coincidence doesn't leave chemical fingerprints. In 1990, Blanche Taylor Moore stood trial for the murder of Raymond Reed. The courtroom was packed. Southern reporters dubbed her the Black Widow of North Carolina. Prosecutors painted her as greedy, manipulative, killing for money, attention, insurance, control. They showed charts of arsenic levels nearly off the scale. Her defense blamed contaminated food, tainted wells, anything except Blanche, because after all, she was a sweet church lady, right? But the evidence didn't bend. On November 14th, 1990, the jury found her guilty of first-degree murder. The judge sentenced her to death. She showed no reaction. Her sentence was later commuted to life. She remains to this day in prison, over 90 years old, still claiming her innocence. What makes Blanche Taylor Moore terrifying isn't chaos or rage, it's patience. Her killings took weeks, sometimes months, a slow erosion of trust, wrapped in prayer, casserole, and southern sweetness. She weaponized kindness, weaponized femininity, weaponized care. Her victims suffered privately, believing she was the one person who cared for them. They say arsenic is tasteless. Maybe that's why no one noticed, until it was too late. With Blanche Taylor Moore, death didn't taste bitter. It tasted like home. You've been listening to LGBT. Let's get back to talking. I'm Nico, your host, your narrator, your slightly too interested gay friend with a microphone. And every week, we dig into queer lives brushed out of the margins. The victims, the villains, and the beautifully complicated ones who lived in between. If you like tonight's story, go ahead and give me a like and a follow. Subscribe and leave me a comment. Or just whisper sweet nothings into the void. I hear it. Until next time, pour a drink, take a breath, and let's get back to talking.